Hi, and welcome to another edition of PraxHacks. Today, we're going to follow up talking about the argumentative essay and follow up that with appealing to your audience. If you're writing an argumentative essay, you want to appeal to your audience and know your audience as well as possible. But first, we would like to thank our sponsor, Upside. Upside is an app that you can download for free, and it actually pays you back money every time you buy gas or buy food. You get money back. It's a free app, and if you use that code down there at the bottom, UWVQ4, you can get an extra 15 cents per gallon back on your first fill up. Yes, it does pay you real money. Yes, it works. If you're not using Upside, you are just literally leaving money at the gas station. So download Upside, download Upside, and get some money back. Okay, let's get into this about your audience. So, as you're writing this essay, it's a good idea to keep your audience in mind. But what do we know about the audience? Because we got to know them at least a little bit before we can write to them and or write for them. First and foremost, the audience is made up of teachers. They're either current teachers or retired teachers, usually veteran teachers who have been teaching for quite a few years, usually English language arts teachers. So in your mind, kind of picture that teacher that you had maybe in middle school or high school, or even in one of your college classes, who taught English or composition or writing and was very strict. You know, that real stickler for knowing right where every comma went and how to spell everything. Think of that person as your audience, but not just one of them. Each essay that is submitted with the Praxis test is scored by at least 7 people, sometimes as many as 10 people. So whatever that person is you just imagined, multiply them by at least 10. And that's who scores your essays. That's what your audience kind of looks like. So going off of that, what else do we know about these scores? They're tired. Again, they're teachers. Most of these essays get scored either in the evenings after school or on the weekends when, again, teachers would probably rather be doing something else. Scoring for Praxis is their side hustle. It's their part-time job. It's their little bit of extra. But still, they're still tired. So why is this important? When you're writing your essay, you want to make things crystal clear. We've talked about this in another one of my videos, that you jump right out there with very obvious statements. Use those I statements if you have to. Don't be afraid of them. And make it very clear to your scorers what you're saying, what side you're taking on this argument. Watch your examples. Make them very clear. Don't make them try to read between the lines because they're tired. They don't want to read all that extra and try and figure out. They want to score fairly quickly and move on, hopefully, and be giving you a good score. What else do we know about these teachers? Teachers, it's a pretty fair generalization to say teachers are usually female, especially, I'm going to say, your older teachers. When we've talked with scores, Usually the scorers are female, and then when they talk about their fellow scorers, they're again are usually female. So kind of keep that in mind. Don't intentionally stick in gender bias in there, but again, just kind of keep that in mind. And last but not least, if they're teachers and former teachers, they value education. They value that kids are getting a good education, and then they're also people who encourage others to learn. So that could come into play with some of the arguments that you might see. It might be important when you're thinking about which side of the argument to take, that you're writing for an audience that believes education is important, and also has a moral stake at providing good education for others. Now, if you need more information about these tests, please consider picking up one of our books. The test I've been talking about today is for the Praxis Core 5723. It could apply, the tips I've given could apply to other tests that you would need to write an argumentative essay for, but this particular study guide that we have out currently on Amazon is for the writing core, Praxis Writing Core 5723. It's also known as the 5722. The 23 is just a little bit of an updated version. But anyway, that's going to wrap us up for today. Remember, if you like this video, share and subscribe and like it. Drop down in the comments some topics that you might like to see us talk about in future episodes. And we will see you again here on PraxHacks.